Hey everybody, it's your man James, back again with some more comic reviews for you. Today we're going to take a look at the next Allegiance art book that I read here, Norah's Saga, by Blake Northcott and Kelsey Shannon. This one's a little different. It's not my usual brand that I type of story that I read, but I wanted to give it a shot. So we'll give it a perusal here, and we'll see what we got to say. Right off the bat, the cover, it's a very nice cover. Reminds me a lot of movie posters nowadays, where you get like all the cast members shown on the image so that you get the idea of who's all going to be in it. Basically, the story in Norah's Saga is a teenage girl who loses her mother and is living now with just her father. Has all the teenage troubles that most kids do, and ends up going into some kind of time warp back into the age of, the Norse gods type thing. And that's where the saga part, I'm sure, comes in. So let's head on into this. You can see right here, starts off, playing up to the whole Norse mythology thing. And here's our heroine. Her mother is a sort of historian. She follows, history, especially the Norse gods. And Norah, she's your typical teen girl of the day. I mean, you can see right here, she's she's like and then, here's something happens and her mother dies, and then we take place, we're not sure quite how long, but sometime after, and it's just her and her dad. And again, she's your typical teen. You gotta go, am I okay with moving to the city? Like I had a choice, it's dirty here, the kids are rude, the streets smell like pee and rotting garbage. Cabbage, it's gross, she's very, very much a shit talker, just like most kids today are. But she's got a good relationship with her dad. They kind of rib each other a lot, but it's still a good relationship. Then we head over to the school, and we can see already, here's your mean girls, going to be the foes, I guess you could say, for this issue. And there's the teacher, and of course she loves the science, as your boy Zach would say. She's very much into science, but at least it's in a way that isn't, the way most times they do this is they conflate it with, they're super intelligent, they're just the best of everything. And you can see here that, she's very self-conscious about it. You see, I actually had my own electromagnet at home in my dad's garage. Sometimes I would do my own experiments, and then, never mind. You see, it's very self-conscious about it. It's something you don't see like that. That's a typical teen thing, when you feel you're being made the outsider. Even if you are, you don't like that feeling, and it causes you to close up, which she does. I like that. That was a nice touch. More with our, and then, but here she is, Can we go to the mall? And he's, no, Dad, I mean right now. Come on, if we hurry up, we can leave and get there before it closes. Because she wants to get some clothes to fit in better with the kids. So, again, just more typical teen stuff. Again, something everybody can relate to. We all want to be with the in crowd. So they go out to go shopping, and once again, there's a car accident, and while the authorities try to save them, she ends up being saved in times past. You see right here with, truck, what's this nonsense? Calm yourself, young one. You've already swallowed the lake once. What in Odin's name is she wearing? Astrid, get furs. You see, it's just totally and her reaction to all this is, again, what you would expect. And then she ends up in some serious trouble here because they think she's a witch of some kind, and they're going to, end her. And the story ends with the father being in a serious ICU condition. And we can see here that there's more to the story than we're being told. The whole her transportation back into the Middle Ages or whatever is not just some random happenstance of nature. There's something else going on. So, I like the story. I thought it was well told. I would have liked to have seen more with the actual Saga part where she's dealing with being, the whole story is basically a fish out of water. She goes from living in a rural setting to a city setting, and she doesn't fit in. And now here she is. She's blasted back in time to a time that she doesn't understand. And so it's all fish out of water stuff. Especially considering she was pulled out of water is actually kind of a representation of all this. But I like the story, but you could very much tell it was done in a sort of YA type of way. Blake Northcott obviously trying to play to that YA crowd, which I don't blame her. I mean, it's a viable market, but I could just tell that this wasn't for me. It wasn't something that was meant for me to fall in love with. If you teenage girls, or maybe if you were a teenage girl at one point, maybe this is something that you would really be drawn into. To me, like I said, there were some themes in there with being the outsider that I understood and I liked a lot. And like I said, the character's a little plucky. She's got some spunk. She talks trash on people and stuff, and I like that about it. But I could tell that it just wasn't meant for my target demographic. So, but then you got the art of Kelsey Shannon, which is just absolutely incredible. You can see right here this great splash of the accident that sends her back in time. Just great layout, great way the scene is done. Above water, below water. I like that. It's very, very well done. Even little touches like back here, here with her ripped jeans. That's something I can attest to. Growing up in the '80s, I remember when that was the fashion to have with the torn up jeans. Something out of a Def Leppard video. I like that he takes time and really shows her as being her own person, both visually and the way that Blake Northcott writes her. She's very much her own person. She has her own ideas about things. She has her own ways of thinking about things, and but again, it all comes back to even though she is her own person, she doesn't like not fitting in, just as any of us would feel. So. It's again, certain themes that run through this everyone can understand, but again, I just could tell this was not meant for my demographic. So is it a great book? Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. I give it 7.5 out of 10. Very solid work, very well done. Again, not to me, not to my demographic, especially not to my taste, but it's very well done. If you're looking for something to try to get girls into comics, this is the kind of thing you would want to have. This right here. This is the way to bring them in, because it's done in a way that isn't talking down to them or isn't sort of pandering in a way that's sort of like degrading towards them, the way a lot of these creators who try to hit this market tend to do. They tend to do it in a way that's very derogatory towards the people they're actually trying to supposedly reach. Blake Northcott and Kelsey Shannon, they do a great job with this. This is, it's again, story-wise and art-wise, this is very much the equal to what I felt about Bass Reed. It's very good work. Again, this isn't aimed at me, but I understood it, and it was good work. So that definitely needs to be taken. Like I said, I would have liked more of the Saga part of the story. I would like to see more, less build-up and more, substance of that. But I guess that's what's going to come in future chapters. But yeah, this is definitely a good book. If you have a a niece or a daughter, you know, and you want to get them into comics, this right here, this is where you want to go. So make sure to check it out. And that's about it for this review. If you like what you heard, hit me up in the comments below. If you didn't like what you heard, hit me up in the comments below. Smash that subscribe button and hit the like button there. And I'll be back soon with more reviews of more comics for you. Until then, take care.